Okay, welcome to video 7 of our series of monetizing your Apperyio application to accept in-app purchases. Again, this is on the iOS side only for today. We will be moving into an Android store version a bit later, but not for today. So this video is about the testing side of the world. You will need to have access to a Mac machine. You will need to have access to an iOS phone, an Apple phone, and you will need to have access to Xcode on your device, on your Mac device. If you don't happen to have a Mac device, my suggestion is you use macincloud.com. You can rent one for a month while you're doing your in-app purchases and debugging them and getting your application ready for the store for a reasonably low amount, $30 or so, for a low-end plan. So we use Mac and Cloud as well. And we're going to, first things first, we're going to log into our Mac and log into Appery on our Mac. So we've logged in here, and we're going to make a couple of changes, or make sure you've made a couple of changes to your application prior to exporting it. First things first, on your app settings page, make sure you have clicked Enable Linear Debugging on your iOS binary page. Make sure you've got a build number that matches a build number that's in the control file. Make sure Release is turned off. And make sure you have auto update turned on. We do need to have auto update on, so if we make any changes during our debugging process, that you can actually make those quickly without having to re-export your application. Once you've made those changes, you're going to click Export, and you're going to click to Xcode Project. Once you've exported your project, it'll come up in your Finder view of in-app purchase and whatever your application name is. We will open the Xcode project. So double click on your Xcode project to bring it into Xcode. Click Open. Click on the name of your project. In this particular case, it's our in-app purchase customer console. Things you have to take care of before you're building. Select a provisioning profile and a team. So we're going to let Xcode manage our signing. We're going to select a team. So I've got my team loaded here. You can switch over to capabilities by clicking on capabilities, making sure your push notifications are enabled and it's turned on. If you happen to get an issue here, let Xcode fix it by adding push notifications to your entitlements file. I'm sorry, make sure your in-app purchase is on. Again, I've got this turned on here. Click back on the General tab. And just for the time being, we'll just make sure the application will run under iOS. We won't be able to do any debugging using the simulator, but we will select a destination. So you go to Product and Destination, Product, Destination. We will select an iPhone 5S running under 10.2. And then let's click Product and Run. With any good luck, your build will succeed, as mine did, and your product will begin to be run in the simulator mode, which we've got here. Okay, my application is coming up on the simulator. It may take some time for your app to come up on the simulator. Okay, then your application should start. We haven't loaded any images, so that you'll get the default. As it's loading, the debug window should open up here on the Xcode side, the console window. As the app continues to load, you'll see our login screen appear, and then we'll go ahead and log in the same way we did on the desktop. Click login, we'll click username here. We're logging in, and we've gotten our login screen. So we've successfully put the application together. A couple things are likely failing because of the fact that in-app purchases don't run in the simulator. So we'll now compile our application and put it out on your phone. We'll quit the simulator Right click on it, quit the simulator. We'll change the destination under product, destination, product, destination. A little tricky here. Generic iOS device. And then we'll archive the product, which is the same thing as building it for the phone. Archive. Once they've clicked archive, the build process starts. Getting close to completing, signing is occurring, build succeeds. After the build succeeds, you then now have the opportunity to upload to the App Store. We'll click Upload to App Store. You'll select your developer account. It'll prepare your archive. You'll then be asked to upload the application. So we'll upload it. It'll go through a number of steps. The store will begin uploading your archive. When it completes, it'll say upload successful. And you're ready to wait for about 15 or 20 minutes while the upload processes on the Apple side. Once it does, we'll switch over to our Apple account. Once you're in your Apple account, by selecting My Apps, then Your App, then clicking Test Flight, and then Internal Testing, we're going to select a version to test. Right now, we don't have any versions yet because nothing's been approved, so we'll wait a couple seconds. Once you get notified by the store that your build has completed processing, you will need to refresh the display. It won't refresh itself. You can sit on the Test Flight build page forever and it won't refresh itself. Click back over to Apple Store, go back over to Test Flight, and click Internal Testing again. And then click Select Version to Test. You'll click your version you want to test. It's still processing, so I'll have to wait until it's done processing. So I'm way ahead of myself. So one more time, we're going to click on App Store. We'll click on Test Flight again. Internal Testing. Select Version to Test. And it looks like our build is finished processing. We'll select our build 20. And Apperyio doesn't put an export compliance tag in your build file, so you'll need to put that in yourself. And does it use cryptography? Nope, not that I'm aware of. And OK. My build's ready to test, and I've selected it as ready to test, so I'm going to click Start Testing. Start testing. Once this is saved, provided you're a Test Flight user on your phone for your own application, you will have gotten notified that you have a test build ready to go.